it's been a year since we welcomed our students into sanctuary in this church, and it's been nearly a year since they left us. But the fight to bring them back, the struggle to bring them back continues. So we've here today organised a fundraising dinner so that we are ready for our students to come back. So every little effort, every little contribution from the wider community, from Unitarians, from trade unions, from activists here in Aotearoa helps. And so that's why we're gathered here. And we also have our students with us via Skype in India. So we've got Rahul and Manoj with us at the moment. How's life been for the past year in India?
It's been really worse, and especially last 2-3 months. I mean, more than the financial pressure, this mental pressure has been not knowing what to do, and especially for not finding any jobs here. And one odd jobs that we find, they're asking us for signing the bonds. That's a contract. So not knowing what will happen to the visa, I cannot sign those contracts, not do any job, nor know what's happening there with the visa. As it's getting prolonged day by day, and it's almost 1.5 years now we've been facing this issue.
Yeah. And how are you surviving?
It's my mom, she's supporting me, my mom, my parents.
Yeah.
STEM was still supporting in spite of me wasting their entire savings.
Yeah.
I'm unable to meet my friends because they just keep asking what happened, why you're not going back. What happened, what's the issue? Nor I'm unable to meet my relatives. I'm just thinking I'm just keeping in mind, it's like someone drilling a hole in our brains. Don't know when there will be an end to our issue.
So life is on hold. You can't really move on and progress in life. Everything is on hold.
Yes, yes.
Because it depends on this new Labour government. As at the time they visited you in this church when you were in sanctuary, and it sounded all very promising that they would do whatever they could to investigate and get to the bottom of the issue. So we're all waiting for that, eagerly waiting.
Yeah, that's our last hope with this government, because they did support us when we were, and they're still continuing this support, but we're just expecting that the result would come out very soon, so that this mental pressure would stop on us.
Yes. And and Manoj, I would like to ask you what kinds of difficulties you've faced in the past year that you've been home in India.
Firstly, at the moment, my career was uncertain and unstable. That I can't face. Even the interview also, they're asking what you have done in past in Auckland, what is your qualification. So when you return back and those sort of questions. And when I was strange, when I went to one interview, they showed me my video pic for me. You are the guy deported from the New Zealand.
Okay.
That was that moment I was felt ashamed of myself because I did not do anything wrong myself. Someone has did a mistake and they are enjoying right now also, but still the government is not doing any justice to me. And like me, so many people like Rahul, Hafiz, and so many of our friends, we have to fight back over there. We are trying to say our pain. It was not a mistake of our part from not since last year. We are saying this from the May 17, 2016.
Well, we have a new government in New Zealand, and one that claims to be empathetic and listening to people. We just had Waitangi Day here, and it was a different feel for Waitangi Day this year. So we hope that will also come to the issue of our students. Just before I came here today, I've learned of another school that's collapsed with 80 Chinese students. So this is not just an Indian issue, this is an issue for all migrants in New Zealand, how they're being treated. These students have been ripped off $12,000 each by a school. They've also worked in low-paid jobs like these students. They haven't taken a penny from New Zealand. In fact, New Zealand has exploited them. It's taken money from them or taken profits from them. And I think this has to stop. if we want a new New Zealand, if we want a fair New Zealand and an equal New Zealand, we have to stop treating migrant workers and migrant students like cash cows to be exploited. And any government that believes in equality or believes in justice or believes in workers' rights needs to take care of the people at the very, very bottom. And this is an injustice, a sore, if you like, that I think exposed the last government for what it was. Yep. We met with Bill English at the Big Gad this time last year. We had letters supporting these students from all the major religious organisations, trade unions and political parties in this country, some of whom are now in government. And 6 of them, 6 ministers, met with our students here in this hall, supporting them during Sanctuary and supporting our calls for mercy from the last government. The honeymoon's over. We've had 100 days. We were hoping that part of the 100-day programme would see justice for the students now, but this problem has not gone away. In fact, with the collapse of this school and 80 Chinese students now looking for justice, this problem is continuing. And we need to stop it. Stop exploiting students. Stop stealing their money. Stop exploiting them in the workplaces, like the liquor stores, and make New Zealand fair for all students and for all workers. So we're really putting it to the new government now that you need to solve this within the month. We want to have a reunion here. We've got a meal here on the first anniversary. We were hoping that all the people who were here a year ago would be joining Minaj and joining Rahul and joining our other 9 friends. Unfortunately, here we still are. So this needs to be solved within the next month. And if it isn't, well, unfortunately, we're going to see more protests and a growing movement about this.
Well, I'm clearly disappointed that they're not back. We know that even the previous government, when it saw fit for their own purposes, could offer clemency without there being law changes or anything else. And if there was ever a case since the new government for that clemency, this is it. Yeah. They've put themselves publicly on the line of supporting these students, and it's maddening to me that they haven't chosen to do that. Now, I know there are complications for them. One, they're new in government and they're still trying to get their footing. I know that they struggle. A change of government doesn't change the bureaucracy.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they're having to deal with their bureaucracy. They recognize that there are some serious challenges for Immigration New Zealand, who are simply public servants trying to do their job.
Yep.
So trying to sort all that out, I cut them some slack.
Yep.
But as Joe said, they've had their 100 days. And we haven't heard much from them in terms of what they hope to do.
Yes.
They've tried to maintain minimal communication. They have chosen to not respond until the Ombudsman report comes out.
Yep.
And that has delayed things greatly. When the Ombudsman report comes out, it will be when the rubber hits the road.
Yep.
What are they going to do about
Yep.
it? And I don't know quite what the answer is. I have my suspicions,
Okay.
but I think we have to be prepared to force our friends to do what they know is right. This is a different kind of confrontation than we had with national government. We don't particularly want to alienate our friends, but as Jacinda said at Waitangi, we are supposed to hold them accountable. So I think we should be prepared to do that.
Last year, I had the privilege of meeting this group of gorgeous young men and one lovely woman, and they're the victims of fraud, and it's been so unfair. They've been waiting a whole year, or even longer, for this to be put right for them. They've done nothing wrong. They came to this country, they borrowed a huge amount of money on the understanding that they would get some qualifications, and then they would have the chance to get some work and earn money to repay that debt. Now, to put that debt in perspective, it's like 10 years of working full-time just repaying debt. Nothing to eat, nothing, no accommodation, nothing else, just repaying debt. That's impossible. No one can be expected to do that. So they're victims of fraud. We are asking this government to do the decent thing, to please allow them to come back. They're just asking for 1 year. They've already paid for this, to come back for 1 year to earn the money so that they can repay their debts and go back to India and have a chance at a decent life. If this was your son or daughter, this is what you would want for them. Please, let's do this.
Yeah, what I want to tell and request to the government is, like, it's been more than a year now, and we're fighting for more than a year, and it's been almost a year after coming back to India, and like, we are looking at the government very hopefully, and we thought after the election, the new government, the Labour government, should do something for us, because they were with us when we were fighting in New Zealand, and it's like Jacinda Ardern and their team is like a ray of hope for us. So hoping something to happen now.
और हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हमें जो ये स्ट्रगल हमने पिछले 1 साल से जारी रखी है, इसको हम जारी रखेंगे जब तक कि ये सारे स्टूडेंट्स जो गए हैं ये वापस ना आए, और इनको जो इनके साथ धक्का हुआ है और जो इनके साथ नाइंसाफी हुई है, जब तक इनको जस्टिस ना मिले, मुझे लगता है कि भाई हम इसको जारी रखेंगे.
Absolutely.
भी लेवल 7 करके आए हैं, फिर भी बेले बैठे हैं, कोई वर्क नहीं है, कोई किसी भी सारा दिन घर बैठे ही सोची कितनी हो जाए करता है. जरा छोटा बेबी है, वो हर दिन पापा की क्लास करता है, कभी
In this situation, the students who have become part of our community and part of our lives and part of our hearts are the most exploited people in a situation in which agents in India gained, unscrupulous education institutions in this country gained, and the country gained in magical GDP points because the students paid money to be here. And I applaud the Labour government's wish to clean up that system, and I would ask them to show compassion for these particular people who wouldn't come here to this bad education that they were brought here for under what the Labour Party is proposing, which is fine. But these people are part of our hearts and they're part of our lives and they're part of our country now, and so we would ask the government to show compassion and let us raise some money and bring them back, and so that they can spend another year here and look for work and fulfil the expectations that they were given when they first came.
1 साल तो ऊपर होने वाला हुण कि स्टूडेंट्स वापस चले गए ने. उन्हां दी स्ट्रगल तो वैसे ऑलमोस्ट 2 साल लंबी है. तो सरकार जिहड़ी नवीं है उस वक्त ओपोजिशन च सीगी. इस चर्च विच आके एंड्रू लिटल भी मिले ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਲੇਬਰ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਸਨ. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਐਮਪੀਜ਼ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਫੰਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਿਯੰਕਾ ਰਾਧਾ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੁਲੀਗਸ, ਜਸਿੰਡਾ ਆਰਡਨ ਵੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਮਿਲੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਚਰਚ 'ਚ. ਤੋ ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਖਬਾਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਵੀ ਛਪਦੀਆਂ ਰਹੀਆਂ, ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਈਐਨ ਲੀਸ ਕੈਲੋਵੇ, ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਉਹ opposition to immigration the responsible ਸਨ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਿਆਨ ਪਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਟ ਤੇ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਡੋਮੇਨ 'ਚ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੈ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਦੀ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਕੰਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਾਈ, ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਸਹਾਨੁਭੂਤੀ ਨਾਲ, ਸਿੰਪਥੀ ਨਾਲ, ਕੰਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਆ ਔਰ ਬੜੇ ਕੁਰਖਤ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨਾਲ ਪੇਸ਼ ਆਏ ਨੇ। ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਦ ਕਿ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਲੇਬਰ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਈਐਨ ਲੀਸ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅਜੀਬ ਜਿਹਾ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੰਨਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਗੁਜ਼ਰ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਪਟੈਂਬਰ 'ਚ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਜਿੱਤੇ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਗੁਜ਼ਰ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਉਂ ਦੀ ਤਿਉਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਖੜੇ ਨੇ।
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਐਸੀ ਚਰਚ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਸੀਗੀ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹ ਲੇਬਰ ਆਈ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਇਸ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਚਰਚ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਹਾਨੁਭੂਤੀ ਜਤਾਈ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਵਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹ ਪਾਵਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸਿਰਫ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸੀਗੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੁਰਸੀ ਤੇ ਬੈਠੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨੀ ਐਮਪੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣੀ, ਜਦ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋਏ ਫਰਿੱਜਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਪੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਪਸ ਭੇਜ ਦਿਓ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਵੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਆਈ ਆ, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਮਪੀ ਇਲੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਾਅਦੇ ਕੀਤੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਗੱਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ। ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਆਸ਼ਵਾਸਨ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਆਪਣੇ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹਾਈ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਓਮਬਡਸਮੈਨ ਦਾ ਕੇਸ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਪੂਰੀ ਅਥਾਰਟੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਸੈਪਰੇਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਹ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਆਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਹਾਂ, ਔਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਅਥਾਰਟੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਉਹ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਾਚ ਤੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਉਲਟਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ 100%। ਔਰ ਵੈਸੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਿਰੋਧ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਲਈ। ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਦਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਥਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਇਜ਼ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਉਸ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਡਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਡਿਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਉਲਟਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਰਿਵਰਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਬਿਲਕੁਲ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਨਫ ਇਜ਼ ਇਨਫ, ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਿਨਾਰੇ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ। 1 ਸਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਬੇਕਸੂਰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੰਗ ਕੀਤਾ, ਸਾਡੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਸ਼ਵਾਸਨ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਛੱਡਤਾ। ਉਹੀ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਾਲ ਲੜਿਆ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਖਿਲਾਫ, ਉਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਵੇਂ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੂਲ ਤੋਂ, ਭਾਰਤੀ ਮੂਲ ਤੋਂ ਨੇ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਇਸ ਲੜਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਵੋ। ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਲੜਾਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਤਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਹੈਗੀ, ਸਿਰਫ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਵੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸੰਘਰਸ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਖਤਮ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ, ਭਾਰਤੀ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਵਾਪਸ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਧੱਕਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਪਸ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਹਟਾਂਗੇ, ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਆ। ਇਨਕਲਾਬ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ। ਇਨਕਲਾਬ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ।